Thanks, guys. This weekend was an athletic-filled one for the Hawkeyes, both here in Iowa City and on the road.
Yes, it was, Alyssa, and though some teams had a harder time than others, that definitely wasn't the case for football.
The Iowa football team continued their undefeated season as they traveled to Indiana to take on the Hoosiers.
Football reporters Katie Reber and Jordan Maloney tell us more.
Saturday's game against the Hoosiers was another Big Ten matchup that proved the Hawkeyes can do all the right things at the right times and pull off the W. Iowa's running back Akram Wadley put the Hawks on the board first with a 65-yard run. Indiana answered with a 32-yard field goal by kicker Griffin Oakes. An 11-play, 95-yard scoring drive led by Iowa's quarterback C.J. Beathard ended with a 6-yard touchdown run by running back LaShawn Daniels Jr. The momentum shifted as Indiana then went on a 14-point scoring streak to take a 17-14 lead over the Hawks. With 17 seconds left in the first half, quarterback C.J. Beathard scrambled for a 7-yard touchdown run, leaping over a heap of Hoosiers to put the Hawks back on top 21-17 at half. The Hawks held the Hoosiers in the third quarter, holding Indiana's powerful offense 8 points below its season scoring average. Indiana had a powerful passing game, but Iowa turned to their dominating defense to hold the Hoosiers. In the fourth quarter, Iowa turned to their dynamic offense to prove why they are 9-0.
I think if you look at that fourth quarter, too, it's a little bit representative of our football team. The defense came up with some big plays. The offense drove the ball when we really needed it.
Another clutch play from Beathard connecting with wide receiver Matt Vandenberg kept the Hawkeyes alive. The drive ended with a 1-yard touchdown run by LaShawn Daniels Jr. Hawks led 28-20 with just 10 minutes left. The Hawks were able to continue their momentum as tight end George Kittle closed the next drive with a 10-yard touchdown catch. Iowa's defensive back Desmond King intercepted Indiana's quarterback Nate Sudfeld, but in their next possession, Sudfeld led a 10-play, 76-yard drive and connected with tight end Michael Cooper for an 11-yard touchdown with 2:24 left, putting the Hoosiers behind the Hawks 35-27. Indiana almost locked in an onside kick, but Henry Krieger-Kobel recovered and Beathard got the one first down they needed to win. Final score, Hawkeyes 35, Hoosiers 27. With the Hawks' victory over the Hoosiers, they are now 9-0 for the second time in school history. Football reporter Jordan Maloney tells us about one persistent player that's making a huge impact in this undefeated squad. Jordan?
Coming off of a bye week, the Indiana Hoosiers hope to put a stop to Iowa's undefeated season and clinch their first Big Ten win of 2015. But Iowa wide receiver Tavon Smith had different plans. After a targeting call in the second quarter sent Smith to the locker room, his return in the second half was unexpected. With 325 yards this season, Tavon Smith has become a prominent piece to Iowa's winning offense. But the Hawkeyes' star receiver was slow to get up after a helmet-to-helmet collision. As Smith headed to the locker room injured, so did Indiana's TJ Simmons, but only one of these players would return to the game. Simmons was ejected from the game after the hit against Smith was ruled targeting, but Smith did not let this hit slow him down.
It's my senior year. I don't want to be soft about it, so I'm not going to just come out of a game. I'm going to fight through it, and I'm going to do it every week. I mean, CJ did it for 2 weeks. I'm going to do the same.
Luckily, despite taking a hit to the helmet, Smith walked away from the play without head injury and was able to return to the field in the second half.
No, there's never anything above the neck at all with him. It was a lower body deal or mid body, I guess. And you're talking about guys playing tough. He came back and played, and he's going to be hurting tomorrow. I can promise you.
The senior receiver battled through the game, helping the Hawkeyes post 35 points in their win over the Hoosiers. Tavon Smith and the rest of the Hawkeyes returned to Iowa City with another win in their record book and another reason to keep fighting. From Memorial Stadium, I'm Jordan Maloney with Daily Iowan TV Sports.
As both Katie and Jordan said, the rest of the season for the Hawks should be interesting with such a dynamic team.
It definitely should be. That's all the time we have in sports tonight.
Stick with us the rest of the week to get a recap of the men and women's basketball matchups from the weekend. Back to you guys at the desk.